federal budget for 2024-25 has been announced. Now, from a migration perspective, there are lots of good news and there are some not so good news. Let's see what we have got in store. Let's start with the permanent migration program planning level. Well, that's reduced by 5,000 seats, not a big change because for last couple of years, they have kept the range between 160,000 to 190,000. So this year or the next financial year, it's going to be 185,000, which is a net reduction of 5,000, of which the skill stream gets an allocation of 132,000. So now let's see what that 132,000 is composed of. If you see carefully, the net 5,000 reduction is actually coming from skill stream. So they haven't touched the family stream, which is composed of partner, parent, child, and other family members. So if 137,100 was the allocation for this year, and for next year it's going to be 132,200. Now there's a big reduction in skilled independent visa, the allocations for skilled independent visa, which means very few subclass 189 invites you could expect next year. For the state territory nominated visa, there is a little bit of increase from 30,400, it's gone to 33,000. Now that's subclass 190 because they've kept regional separate, which is 32,300. That's nearly the same for next year, which is 33,000. But there's a huge jump in the employer-sponsored visas. So it's going to 44,000. So the additional approximately 5,000 seats are allocated towards employment-sponsored visas. So that's a huge change. And I have been telling my clients that for the next couple of years, the focus of the government will be on employer-sponsored, and here it is. Also, the department is committing that they are going to decrease the net overseas migration by half. Now, don't get scared. By what it means is net is the actual profit or gain of people who are coming in minus those who are leaving. So what that means is there'll be less people coming in or there could be more people going out. Now, they are going to achieve this number by a variety of factors. For example, they are already going to cut down on international students because they are going to put the cap there. Or there could be visitor visas with more of 8503 condition, which they already announced, so that which lets the people to go back. So the net overseas is the net migration that's in the country will be reduced to half. The next one is where the department is going to spend hugely 1.9 million on a data matching program between Department of Home Affairs and ATO. Now, I did a video on this a few months ago when they had announced this program. As part of this program, their main focus is for people who are on subclass 482 visas or have been on this for last 3 years. So there will be a data matching program happening. My recommendation is that please make sure for whatever occupation you have nominated or you are on 482, make sure that's what you're reporting to ATO, you're working in that sector, and your employer is also reporting to ATO for the same nominated occupation for which you're working. Department's next funding investment is within their own department, where they're going to increase the staffing levels so as to reduce the wait time or reduce the visa processing times. The next one is where the department wants to invest or is going to invest in Southeast Asia engagement. Now, how they're going to do is they're going to improve the visa access and provide longer business visas or frequent travel visas for Asian member countries and Timor-Leste. Now, Asian member countries are Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, Cambodia, Brunei, Laos, Myanmar, Singapore, and Thailand. So you will see more visitors coming from these countries. Now, this is something new and exciting where they're going to introduce new work and holiday visas for China, for nationals of China, Vietnam, and India. Now, that starts from 2024-25, which I'm hoping from 1st of July. And they will follow the process or follow a ballot process, which means it's kind of a lottery system where you register your interest and they will come back to you if they want to invite you. Another exciting one, and especially for Indian graduates, this is MATES under the new program, MATES, Mobility Arrangement for Talented Early Professional Scheme. This visa is going to start from 1st November 2024. They have 3,000 seats allocated, and this is for the graduates who are within the age of 18 and 30, and they have knowledge and skills in the targeted sectors. Now, what I mean by targeted sectors, that will be clear over the time. It's mainly the STEM as they had outlined in their program earlier, and the visa duration for this would be 2 years. Another good news for Indians. So the business visitor visa, where the maximum stay or the visa was granted for 3 years with multiple travels, they're going to extend their validity from 3 to 5 years. So people will get the longer duration business visitor visas. Well, we will have a new visa called National Innovation Visa, which will replace the Global Talent Visa. Obviously, under this visa, the department in the current environment, they will define the new targets, or according to the new requirements, they will identify what kind of talented people do we need under this program. Now, this is not so good news. Well, the department is going to seize the business visas, which was called Innovation Investment Visa, and people whose applications are already underway and they want to withdraw, the department is going to start the refund process from September 2024. Now, this is really good news for many of you, which is regarding the subclass 482 visa. The eligibility requirement, that is the work experience requirement, which used to be 2 years, they are going to reduce it to 1 year from 23rd November 2024. So if you have 1 year of work experience, you can apply for 482 after 23rd November this year. Last but not least, AAT is going to be replaced by something called ART, or Administrative Review Tribunal. Now, they are going to put this in place so that we have a faster, fair processes under ART. Well, these were the changes that are coming next year. Now, we are still waiting for the legislative changes to come through. And that way we'll get more clarity. And as I get those clarity, I will come back to you with more clarification, with more information. Thank you.